The first ever found footage horror movie, and one so graphic that its director was arrested and had to prove that he hadn't actually committed murders for his movie, Cannibal Holocaust is one of the best horror movies that I've ever seen. Welcome back to day 3 of talking about some of the most disturbing films ever made, because I didn't make a video about horror movies this month. The film follows a group of people that go to find a documentary crew that went to make a film about a tribe of people in the Amazon, where they learn that the tribe of people killed them. After being given their camera by the tribe, the group views it only to realize that the film crew instigated the violence by doing things like SAing the women and burning down the village in order to get good shots. Honestly, compared to a lot of the other disturbing films I've seen, this one is really good for all the questions it poses about who's responsible for what happened to the film crew. That said, it didn't need to do everything that it did to pose those questions. For example, there are multiple real animal deaths that happen on screen, including a pig, turtle, and 2 monkeys. Only one monkey death is shown, and that's because they messed up the take for the other one, so they just killed a second monkey. I mentioned that the film is the first found footage horror film, which comes from the fact that the documentary crew's footage is presented similarly to other found footage horror films, as the director was inspired by Mondo films, otherwise known as shockumentaries, that had released in years prior. However, because this was before even the Blair Witch Project, a lot of people thought the footage was real, and the director was arrested shortly after the movie released, and had to bring in the actors to prove that they hadn't actually died. Despite being so graphic and needlessly violent, I would genuinely recommend this film to horror movie enthusiasts, especially if you want to see the very first found footage horror movie.